What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Kid Taj, and I'm finally back. The last couple of days I was out of town. The videos that were being dropped were pre-made and conveniently uploaded daily, so I wouldn't miss a day. I still don't know if I've even missed a day so far on this YouTube channel. Maybe I missed one back in the summer, but right now, throughout the school year, at least for me, I have been very on top of things. Also want to say thank you guys for 200 subs. We reached it really fast. After 100 subs, it only took us like 1.5 weeks, less than 2 weeks to get 100 more subs after it took me 3 months to get the first 100. That's awesome. But today I'm going to be doing something a little bit new and different. The last couple weeks I've been doing videos mostly about NBA lists, top to bottom, who's the best at this, who's the best player on what team, like, you know, stuff like that. And actually, I thought I'd switch it up a little bit. Those were kind of getting a little repetitive, and so I don't think I'm going to be doing a lot more of those. Preseason, we have less than 3 weeks until the NBA season starts, a little more than 2. So it's here, basically. I mean, y'all can get ready because we're about to start. This is going to be awesome. So we already have a bunch of headlines, and that's what I'm going to be doing. I think maybe I could turn this into some sort of NBA news, my opinion on what's going on in the NBA. Hopefully that works. This is just kind of an experiment. So let's get going. The first thing that I have, this is actually pretty interesting. Chicago Bulls guard says that LeBron James can't top Michael Jordan. He can only, at the very best, equal Michael Jordan. This is obviously in terms of greatness, not anything else. I don't know why anyone... Yeah, okay. Let's just continue. Dwyane Wade is a very accomplished player himself. In my opinion, he's a top 15, maybe that's stretching it, but I think Dwyane Wade's very underrated throughout history. I think he deserves a spot at top 15, greatest of all time. The career is not over for D Wade, but we're talking about LeBron and Jordan. Obviously, this is something that it's the best of the best players that have ever played the game. LeBron and Jordan, who's the better player? Me, I'm going to go with Jordan for now, but I am not writing off the possibility that LeBron really catches up to him. Honestly, LeBron topping Jordan doesn't seem very likely to me. I just don't see it happening where he can win. He can go on a run and win 4 or 5 more rings. Like, that's pretty ridiculous. I don't think, maybe it wouldn't take that many rings. If he beats the Warriors this year, with the team the Warriors have, if he goes to the finals and wins again against them, maybe we can really start putting them in as equals. We could start that conversation with LeBron. I think then he would have 4 rings at that point. But if you look at the competition he played in the finals, Michael Jordan didn't play a team like the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors last year, even that 73-9 team, no, Jordan didn't play a team like that. Jordan's team was arguably, at least in the regular season, as good as that team. Remember, that team beat the record. Obviously, they were trying harder. I'm not going to say that they're the better team because, you know, Jordan's team followed through. They won the NBA Finals. The Warriors, well, we got to give credit to LeBron because LeBron and the Cavs, they played some absolutely amazing basketball. But the thing is, LeBron James, you know, if he gets a couple more rings and he beats a team like the Warriors team this year is not even like a team we've seen before. Anyone that can beat a team like this, because people are already saying, oh, it's over. The Warriors are going to win the finals. Just look at who's on their team. Honestly, I don't even know who I think's going to win the finals yet. I haven't even made my finals predictions yet. I think it's either the Warriors or the Cavs, probably. You know, a couple sleepers are maybe the San Antonio Spurs. That's like the only one I could think of. It would be cool to see the Oklahoma City Thunder, but I really doubt that that's gonna get anywhere near close to happening. But yeah, I mean, the Golden State Warriors are so good right now. If LeBron beats the Warriors twice in the finals, more, I mean, you really have to consider him. Jordan, it's so hard to measure Jordan. Like, I always think it's hard because of his retirement. He didn't play that many seasons. He took breaks. How many could he have won if he stayed? And, you know, knowing myself, I might say something like, oh, well, since Jordan left, that's his own fault that goes against him. But you can't really, I don't think you can really do that. You can really say something like that. Because we know how great Michael Jordan is. We know that when he was playing, no one touched him. There was no one in the league that you could even compare to Michael Jordan at the time. Not saying everyone else was scrubs. I'm saying the complete opposite. Michael Jordan was just so good. Won every single year. He was unstoppable. Those last 6 years, I want to say, 91 and 93, and then 96, 98. Those 6 full seasons, no one was coming close. No one player was coming anywhere near Michael Jordan. And even though he didn't win MVP every year, everyone knew who the best player in the league was. Like the last couple years in the NBA, we know Kevin Durant won the MVP, and Steph Curry won 2 MVPs, but we all know who the best player in the NBA is. There's no secret LeBron James is still at the top. I wouldn't say that, the degree of which he's better than them is like what, how much better Jordan was than his peers back in the 90s, but it's the same kind of thing. LeBron dominates the league like Michael Jordan. That's something you can really say about it. I don't know. I just also want to talk about it before we get into the next thing, because this is running a little long. What it means for this to be coming from Dwyane Wade, because we all know how close Wade and LeBron are. They're great friends. They played together as teammates. They formed one of the most dynamic duos ever. I mean, I would consider them a top 3, top 5 dynamic duo that's ever played. They're both top 15. In my opinion, yes. I like to put Wade very high because I think he's deserving. I think he's underrated. But I just think it's funny that Wade would say something like this, because we know Wade's so close to LeBron. We expect Wade to say, "Oh, absolutely, LeBron is capable of something like this." Whether I don't know. I'm not Dwyane Wade, but you'd think that them being great friends, that would help LeBron's case, right? But no, Dwyane Wade he's very wise. We know he's a wise guy. He knows what he's talking about. I don't think he's not gonna bend the truth. He's not gonna change his words. He's coming straight out and saying it. LeBron can't top Jordan. He can't be better than Jordan. And I know Cavs fans might have a little bit to say about that, but this is not just some guy saying this. This is someone that knows LeBron better than almost anyone ever, probably. I think Wade knows what LeBron's capable of. He's seen him play. He's examined his game. But maybe he's wrong. Maybe LeBron has something. Maybe he just will not. Maybe he's just going to stay amazing for the next 5 or 6 years. What if he just doesn't decline? I mean, we don't really see that. But if anyone's going to do it, LeBron has the firepower. Okay. We spent enough time on that. Let me get to the James Harden thing. This was from a while ago. I just didn't talk about this. I'm going to be really quick about it. James Harden playing point guard. What do I think? Mike D'Antoni said James Harden is the team's new starting point guard. Instead of playing shooting guard, they're putting Eric Gordon to start at the shooting guard position. How do I feel about this? Well, if you guys know me, I'm not super high on James Harden. I've never been super high on James Harden, but you might be surprised. I actually think this is good. Honestly, this is very good for them offensively. If you don't think James Harden is a good playmaker, when I knock on James Harden, I'm not knocking on any of his offensive skills. He's a remarkable playmaker. He sees everything on the court. He finds the open man. I mean, you just surround him with great three-point shooters, he'll find him. And so I think that's why this is great. Eric Gordon at the shooting guard. Eric Gordon is a great spot-up shooter. This is absolutely perfect. James Harden needs to play next to shooters. That's how he succeeds. That's how he can open up his drives, open up shots for his teammates. That's going to help the team. So I'm not going to say this is fantastic that they're playing him at point guard or that they're starting Eric Gordon next to him. The reason why this is bad is defensively. Anything with James Harden is bad defensively. You don't have Beverly in that backcourt to stifle the best guard on the other team now. It's up to James Harden and Eric Gordon. So you downgraded your backcourt defensively. Now, we don't know if James Harden is going to play that bad on defense this year again. We can only assume that he's going to be bad, right? We have no evidence that he's just going to become good at defense because he says he's going to play more defense, but what does that really mean? Can we really trust James Harden to play defense? He didn't play it the entirety of last year, so, we never know about that, but honestly, that's a risk on the defensive end. On offense, though, this should make their offense a lot better. I think you can really succeed with a guy like James Harden playing point guard. Now, I don't know what this means defensively for other teams. Are teams going to attack James Harden with with putting their point guard on him and just putting their other guard. I think, you know what I think? I think teams are going to put their best defensive guard on Harden and put the other guy on Gordon. Because Harden and Gordon, I don't think there's that much of a size difference between them. You don't have to put your point guard on one or the other of them. Harden's not going to see a different defender. The only reason why this would be good, and I think this is a big reason, I'm in favor of this. I just like Harden with the ball. Harden is the most efficient guy with the basketball. Patrick Beverley wasn't cutting it on the offensive end last year. You don't like him being the point guard. It doesn't help you on offense. That sucks. Patrick Beverley can't play with James Harden, really. He's not that great. He's not a great shooter. He's not a shot creator. All he really does, he's just a defensive-minded player. James Harden needs someone that can shoot, that can space the floor, that can carry the load a little bit. Eric Gordon can do that, but then again, you need James Harden to be the point guard. You need him to be the guy with the ball in his hands. It did not help to have Beverley with the ball in his hands. And even if, they had Beverley off the ball, it still wasn't helping because, Beverley's not a threat really in that offense. So I think that's a pretty good idea, at least, the part with starting Eric Gordon over Patrick Beverley. They just really got to D up now. Injuries. So we didn't hear that much about injuries until training camp and the preseason started, and we have some unfortunate news. Two significant players. Detroit Pistons point guard Reggie Jackson reportedly is to miss 6 to 8 weeks, and he's actually, I think he had some knee tendonitis problems, some long-term issues. This could be worse than just the 6 to 8 weeks. This could really hurt his chances of being 100% for a long time. I actually did hear about this. Reggie Jackson dealing with this for just seasons and seasons, and he didn't really tell anyone about it. It was going on. He was playing through it. I don't know if he got rid of this or if this wasn't a problem, if he would be like an elite point guard in the NBA, or it's just, at its worst now and he's just going to be bad now because it's becoming a real issue. I don't know. We still need more details on this, but it's unfortunate. And then, of course, today, Gordon Hayward with a finger injury. He's going to be out 6 weeks. So the Jazz, they're going to have to rely on Rodney Hood when the season starts. Hood, he stepped into a big role last season. He was the guy for them. A lot of the time, I think he averaged around 16 points a game. He's going to be the main guy handling the ball. Him and George Hill, that backcourt is going to be fun to watch. The Jazz are just going to be fun to watch. People keep doubting the Jazz, and I put them at 4th in my Western Conference predictions video, and people were like, what? The Jazz are so high? You guys just wait. You guys just wait to see what they can accomplish this year. But that's going to end it. This news video thing. Hopefully we have more stuff to cover tomorrow or whenever I do this next. I really don't know. I don't really have a schedule of what I'm going to do with this. I just going to see how this does, and I'm going to be out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.